Failures will be laid bare on this channel for all to see. Well, this doesn't feel safe, does it? Hello everybody, and welcome back to Retro Rebuild, the ultimate budget rebuild channel. This is my 1975 Vauxhall Viva HC, which I bought for 430 quid or pounds back in 2019, and I put it back on the road on this very channel. If you haven't got smell-o-vision and you're wondering what I smell like gearbox oil and jam and cream scones. Being on a part haul, or for me, focus like, would I need a new expansion tank. I'll probably fit the expansion tank in this video because it needs to go on a new expansion tank. Lid, some oil for a service I'm going to do it next week. Air filter. So just been picking up some stuff for the Focus for a service, but I did price up some suspension arms for the Fiesta while I was there as well. And for it being a 1990 H-Reg 35-year-old, they can get the arms in at £32 a side, next day delivery, which is good to know. So if it does fail the MOT on any bushings, I know I can get them quick. So in this video we're going to clean up underneath the Fiesta, make it look less like it came out of a swamp, and probably give it a lick of paint as well. But also, see that arc welder under there? What I am going to do is attach this arc welder to this cheap spot welder thing that I bought off Amazon, this tiny thing here, and see if I can spot weld this wing back on. I know, crazy, yeah? No other channel's doing this other, yeah? Got myself some spot welding glasses as well. Looking at this, you definitely could make one yourself, like in a lot better and a lot bigger and more durable. Maybe with like bigger welding tips on it. Anyway, brush converting, painting, some welding, maybe fitting the expansion tank to me modern Focus, well 12 plate Focus over there. What more could you want? Eh? Something for everybody. Cool. Let's make this look less like it was dragged out of a swamp and pretty the underside of this up a bit. Let's get her looking a little bit more presentable. Here I am about to break a handbrake clip. Priced them up and they were 14 quid for 3 of them, little plastic clips. Can you believe that? Is that Ford tax? Now this is hours of sanding down the bulk of the rust. I'm not looking for a smooth finish. Does anyone else keep a tin and go, ooh, that's a nice tin, I'll keep that for nuts and bolts and stuff? Away. Someone's dad must have had like a Quality Street or a Rose's tin, the old school big metal ones in the shed, full of nuts and bolts and that. This appears not to be airtight though, so let's quickly get this on the car. Right, 40 minutes have passed. Let's shove another coat on. What a lovely night to be brushing on rust converter. 24 hours later, that's looking better, isn't it? Better than rust. I'm still going to get in there with like a little wire brush and getting all the nooks and crannies in paint converter and the nooks and crannies as well. But that's looking a hell of a lot better, and then we'll get some underseal under it and paint and red oxide and everything, oil, melted down Werther's originals, everything on it. I'm probably just going to get a new one of these, but for now I'm just making it look a little bit prettier. The metal on it's thinner than my hair. But you know what it's like once you get to these older cars, once you get to a certain age, you're just constantly chasing rust. Rust prevention. We're Preservation Society here. All we're doing is trying to keep it on the road. It doesn't have to look pretty. I mean, underneath it, the welding's like a patchwork quilt. Anyway, so I just want a usable, hammered retro. I'd love to have the time and money to do a back-to-bare shell rebuild on the Viva. Hell, even if the channel got big enough, I'd do a back-to-bare shell rebuild on the little Fiesta. But for now, keep watching this little channel. Right, let's get a little bit of paint on the underside. I mean, the welding's like a patchwork quilt on next to one of the sills. One of them ain't so bad, but it's really solid up the tunnel section, like where the gearbox is and the handbrake cable runs down. It's really solid there, just parts of it. I mean, I'd love to stop waffling on. Let's get some paint on underneath it. Stop waving your hand about. Just your classic Hammerite stone chip shield for now. Just for now. As you know, I'm doing something different on the Viva, and as suggested by quite a few people, I'm going to Bondo rust primer. Drop everything on the floor. Bondo rust primer. I like how that goes on. I mean, I should have done a little bit of a spray out on someone else before I started, but yeah, I like how that goes on, the texture of it and that. There's one side done. I need to clean up this side. I degreased this side before I did it, and same with that side. I need to do that, but for next time, well, I'm going to be cracking on with it while you're watching this video actually. More rust treatment and sanding round here in the back of the plates, and this will be getting like a stone chip guard or oxide or paint preservation. So that's enough mucking about underneath the car. Let's muck about with a welder. Do these look like Devo glasses? It's not too late to whip it. Whip it good. So let's take apart the stick bit. How does this come up? What is it? Right. Now this scares the bejesus out of me. Many moons ago, I'd done my tickets in arc welding and MIG welding. Plus I also used to fit electric meters. Do I remember everything that I learned about current and voltage and all this stuff? No, I do not. So I should know, but I do not. Oh, who wants to watch us shock the hell out of myself? Oh man. Well, this doesn't feel safe, does it? Right, let's cut some sheet metal and have a practice, or shock the shit out of myself. Woo! Is the power going off in the house? I was gradually turning the welder up and doing little spot welds. See, they're not penetrating through like very well, but gradually turning it up and up, and I whacked it up all the way. And when I went to spot weld it, blew the fuse in the welder, so I've changed that out. Let's give it another go. So I tried, as you seen with there, I got a few spot welds in, but then when I cranked it up, it was blown in the fuses. I tried a few fuses and it blew, and I thought, am I being thick? Has it got something to do with grounding or earth? So I thought, I'll try it on the car anyway. So I cleaned up this, grounded down, got a nice clean metal to spot weld, clamped it in place. And then I noticed this attached to the welding cord on the arc welder. That one's a 13, that runs off your 13 amp home like fuse, the MIG welder. I don't know, like if you know, you're probably like clued up on them. But this says, this appliance is not supplied with a domestic 3-pin plug. I know, that's why I put one on. It needs to be, it cannot be connected to a standard domestic socket. This welder must be connected to a 30 amp fused spur. Is that like a cooker socket? Is this meant to be permanently wired in, or can you get can you buy a converter thing that you plug into so you can take your welder outside or into another room, or has this got to be permanently wired in? Anyone in the know? I'd greatly appreciate the comments. Knowledgeable comments. Not like ones like, yeah, you shouldn't be. So in principle, it was kind of working up until a point. But, well, never mind. Can you get arc welders that run off 13 amp, like domestic home sockets, or not? Is it something to do with the way the current is passed a volt? I don't know. I used to fit meters in people's houses as well. Oh well, live and learn, eh? The victories and the failures will be laid bare on this channel for all to see. There will be no behind the scenes corruption. Right. Who wants to see how an expansion tank goes on a Mark III Ford Focus? I bet you're all dying to see this. Step 1, taking off the lid, popping this out. It's just held in place, it just clips in place, the expansion tank. Take it out the circulation hosey thingy bob, and that pops right out. And I'm saving my antifreeze because I've ordered some, but I don't think it's coming till Monday. So saving it so I can put it back in. Pop out this blanking plug. I don't know why there's a blanking plug there, unless they all come with the same expansion tank for different models to do with other stuff. But the main hose is held in with just a spring clip. Spring clip back on, and this hose back on, and that just back on the clips. Pop my anti-freezy stuff back in it. Modern stuff's easy. I don't know why people say like the modern stuff's more difficult than the older stuff. It's not. It's just more plastic trim to take off. Anyway, this blanking thing back on. Pop your screwy cap back on. And I'll bleed it there in the morning. I'll pop off the screw and I'll run it. And Bob's your auntie. Ah well, some you win, some you lose. He who dares wins. Anyway, thank you all very much for watching. Please like, share and subscribe. Have a good one, and I'll see you in the next one. Nom 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 nom.